Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in because this is an experiment and this is going to be my reaction to My Hero Academia Season 7 Episode 1! Oh, we're back! I am back. I literally just got back from Japan like not even 5 days ago. So, there will be 2 videos coming out regarding Japan, and probably 3. One about my experience, one as a nice little MV, and another that is my haul, because I did get stuff from Japan. I got this shirt from Japan. I got this nice little acrylic that I have right here that is of hawks. It looks super awesome. There it is by itself. It's beautiful. I just have him right here because we're gonna be reacting to what is I think essentially the beginning of like the all-time final battle where everything will be decided. I don't think that season 7 is going to be its last season, but I do know that we're getting there. So last we left off, Class 1A rescued Midoriya from himself in one of the, I think actually the best episode My Hero Academia has to offer, where Bakugo even bows his head to Midoriya and apologizes for all of the stuff he did. Like, my respect for Bakugo, whoo, all the way up there now. Let's just hope that he continues to rise, you know? I mean, he's always been rising, but still. There's something so amazing about Bakugo admitting that Deku is on not only equal footing, but higher footing than he is. And then that big and wonderful speech by Uraraka in the next episode really hammers home that people like Bakugo and Ida and Uraraka are just as much heroes as Midoriya is, because I feel like the 3 of them have the capacity to be heroes to other heroes, you know? Ida has already been a hero to Midoriya, Bakugo has already been a hero to Midoriya, and Uraraka just proved like 10 times over that she is a voice for heroes, which is wonderful. But based on the trailers, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Specifically the arrival of America's #1 hero, Star and Stripe, on a plane. I guess I can't wait to see what her power is. And Shigaraki, or All for One, or All for Shigaraki. Honestly, those 2 are still stuck in a tussle, and I really, really hope that Shigaraki finds a way to hide himself. Honestly, at this point, Shigaraki is in danger. And I think what's going to happen for this season going forward is I might be on Shigaraki's side just a little bit, because it's become very obvious now that All for One is only out for himself. It's been in his name the entire time. We just didn't think to dwell on it. It's pretty self-explanatory, I think. So without further ado, let's get into this. Yeah. This was still beautiful, and YouTube took my moment from me when I lined it up with the first episode. Ugh, it was so beautiful. Yeah, you're home. See, look at it! It's yellow, it's not mustard colored. There's something in there. There's a kid who needs help. Because now you've got people. Now you got them. Looks like we've got gold stripes on Midoriya's uniform there. It still looks grim, but like there's hope now. This is nice. Sun's coming out. Whoa, who are these people? Okay, there's Star and Stripe. Oh my gosh. Headshot! Who's that? Wait! Tenko! Whoa, that was a cool shot. We're gonna have to go through this intro again. Whoa, Toya! What does that mean? It's okay, so like it's everybody working together, which is great. We're gonna have to go through that frame by frame. I'll do that at the end of the video. What? That was Invisible Girl, right? So if this is America, those were the Rockies, okay? The Americans are here. Symbol of evil, right? Symbol of despair, Tomura Shigaraki. That guy looks like twice! What the heck? Wait, what's going on in the US? Bros. They're doing this without approval from the government, got it. In the nick of time, a big-time maverick from the West. Okay, Mr. Top Gun, Horikoshi, I see you. Overwatch is hiding in a cave somewhere? It's just Spinner? Okay, then what's a full-term goal? By all means. Very true. What does this mean? This is kind of what happened in the latest movie, right? With the Electro hero? The land of the free, the birthplace of heroes? Wow, okay. Spinner. I don't think that's the case. That's what he's been doing the entire time. Spinner's not guarding All for One. He's watching All for One. Wow. Okay. This is actually kind of sweet. Like he's becoming someone, you know? Okay, but that's Skeptic saying that. It's not Spinner saying that. She really took a hard hit. This guy's stewing. There's something he's gonna do immediately. Wow. I mean, okay, so you guys know her. Oh, never mind. He wants to talk about his hobby. Whoa! On the back of a flying Nomu? Okay, Shigaraki, points for style. But he's already in a suit. He's in a suit like All for One. He might as well be. Oh, dude. Shigaraki, don't like accept it. He's slowly starting to like, their wills are starting to merge. I hate that so much. He has regenerative abilities, and what's happening with his hand? What is her quirk? Show me what you can do. Wow, what a patriot. Wait! Oh, he can't breathe. New order? What? Kill him. Like, I'm sorry, but like... Yeah, obviously. Right back at you, bud. She's gonna win. She's going to win. Oh, it's only one thing at a time. Okay. It's not a broken quirk. But she touched him. Toshinori? Hey! That's really sweet. Yeah, sorry, dude. That's the thing, though. Is his name Tenko Shimura? Is his name All for One? Is he immune from this? Tomura Shigaraki could die right here. Oh gosh. What's happening? Just like Aizawa. It's because your name's not Tomura Shigaraki. Miss Star. How gentlemanly. But, I mean, that's your name on your birth certificate, you know? That's how the death note works. He's thinking of his dog. She's gonna let down the rule on herself. I hate the way he's smiling. Because that looks like All for One, even though it's his face. Does she have like a terminal illness or something? To just slap him out of the... Oh! Or a sword. How is he not going to just... So what are you going to do? Exactly. Okay, good. She's done her research. Uh-oh. I'll give you a shot for free? What is she about to do? Okay. Oh, that's cute. Oh, okay. Wait. Yeah, Spinner's gonna do something. This is a bop, though. I couldn't tell who was standing at that shrine. I could tell that's Tenko, though. Is that Shoji? Finally! Oh my gosh. Okay, I love this ending so much. Because look how far they've come. There's Shoji! Bakugo and Deku. And that's just Deku, I imagine.
邪悪を止めることはでき
Well,
るのか
no, because this is the first episode.
さらに向こうへプルスウルトラ
Okay. What? Alright, sure. Of course America has a broken quirk like that. Wow. How do you find out you have a quirk like that? I hate that Shigaraki is almost gone at this point. The thing is, I read a book once called Carve the Mark, where somebody in that book, the antagonist, had the ability to switch memories with people. He would take a memory from them and in return would replace it with a memory of his own. For one other character, he did that so many times that they became the same person. Not person 1 or person 2. They became like a person 3 with 2 bodies. It was creepy. I didn't like it. That's what's happening here. And I hate that like Tomura still technically has his sense of self because it's his body. 3% more and Tomura will be 100% gone. And it'll be someone else. And I hate that so much because technically the more he uses the all for one quirk, the more Shigaraki loses himself. And at the same time, All for One Prime is still out there and still fully in control of himself. I hate All for One so much, but I do love the fact that All for One is only out for himself. He thinks that Spinner is guarding him, which is not true at all. I think the moment that All for One within Shigaraki addressed Spinner as Iguchi, which was instead of Spinner, the name he chose. I think that was kind of like a deal breaker for Spinner, and now he's just watching All for One just to see what would happen next. Because at this point, I feel like Spinner will turn against All for One in favor of Shigaraki. Here's something interesting I realized about Shigaraki and the relationship that All for One had to Tomura Shigaraki and his pursuit of, his relentless pursuit of One for All. Do you remember when All for One gave Shigaraki his name? He said that Tomura is the word for mourning or to mourn, and that Shigaraki was his own last name. And now, even though Shigaraki, did he do this himself? Yes, he did. Now Shigaraki's hair is white and long. I can't help but think that All for One, I told you he was a dark empath. I don't think he's like a sociopath. I don't think he's incapable of feeling anything. I think he does feel things. He doesn't get hate, and he doesn't really get anger, because I've never seen him angry or destructively enraged at all. So I think him with his dark empathy and with his obsession and sort of that feeling that he had back then that I think was like his own way of caring. I think that he's almost trying to turn Tomura Shigaraki into a version of his younger brother, if that makes sense. A version of his younger brother that can be controlled. Of course, I have no basis on it aside from the fact that he named him Tomura Shigaraki or Mourning Shigaraki, which would have been the brother's last name too. And the fact that he kept Shigaraki so close and took care of him. Of course, it was to hurt All Might. That was the main reason why Shigaraki is the way that he is. But like, I can't help but wonder, and I have no basis for this theory, but that's how it is, to me, at least. But yeah, just Shigaraki just like going, I'm not sure anymore. And he, the more he's like slowly becoming okay with that is also just horrifying to me. And I hope that Spinner steps in. I hope that Toga steps in. Dabi, I don't think is aligned with the League of Villains anymore. He's just aligned with himself, and he's out to kill Todoroki, and he's out to kill Endeavor. And then he's gonna burn himself out of existence. Poor little obsessed Toya Todoroki. But Twice is dead. Compress is in jail. Spinner's really the only one that I think is still in support of Shigaraki, and now Spinner's getting what he wants. He's becoming a voice for the heteromorphs. I feel like Spinner now has power, and he will eventually use it to turn against All for One. Gosh, when Shigaraki looked at Star and Stripes' quirk and was just like, I want it. I was like, that's not you. The original Shigaraki would have wanted to disintegrate her out of existence. This is so sad. I don't like it. What a broken freaking quirk. But it's like she said that she has a limit on herself. She has a rule on herself. I can't help but wonder if like she's physically actually very weak or that like something's going on. I have given myself 8 antennas. She's great. I like her. She's great. But I mean, I have also just seen like people in the comments that are like, you aren't ready for Star and Stripe, or like, she's not what you think, like that sort of thing. And so I'm like, okay, well, her quirk is the most broken quirk thus far. So I really, really, really hope that Shigaraki doesn't take her quirk. Anyway, let's go through that opening again, because I saw some things that I want to talk a little bit more about. I saw absolutely nothing that pointed to the big spoiler I knew about, but that'll come later. First of all, there are suit upgrades to Midoriya. There are suit upgrades, and he has definitely cut his hair. So we're looking at a more healthier Midoriya, which is good. I like that he added the yellow too. More homage to Gran Torino, but also to All Might as well. Good. Yeah, just sun coming up on heroes. Okay, a lot of bursts of the pros here. I almost wonder like the way that they're all facing is like that has something to do with alignment. I love how Ayama's still looking at the camera. You don't see his eyes because of the sunglasses and he's like way in the back there, but I do love how he's still staring at the camera. So right now what I've stopped on is definitely, that's Mei. That has to be Mei Hatsume because I'm seeing UA uniforms here. Like that guy with the bouffant in the background was in the UA Sports Festival. I've recently started like rewatching seasons 1 through 3. I don't know if you guys know this, but I started My Hero Academia with season 4. No, sorry. I started My Hero Academia episode to episode with season 5. I had basically known the story up until then, and it wasn't until I read the overhaul arc in the manga, like just that one arc, on Black Friday once when I was trapped at a mall before the pandemic, that I was like, okay, I have to actually start reading the story. I can't just follow along like a bystander. Yeah, I recognize these guys. They're from the support class, and so which means that that's Mei. It's I guess the teachers. And we've got this bulldozer man, Vlad, there's the Hound. Pretty sure that's Snipe. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna guess it's Aizawa. There's President Mike, so that must be Aizawa. Nezu, the police, and then Cementos, and I almost said Gang Orca, but that's not Ectoplasm. So, okay, it's the teachers suiting up, basically. Ooh, Comley Woods looks like he's got an upgrade. I don't think he used to have the spikes coming out of his suit, but we've got Genus, we've got Rocklock, we've got Mount Lady, Comley Woods, Manual, and that's Edge Shot, right? No one else has that cool helmet. I want to see more of Edge Shot. But we've got this guy in the center. Oh, that's Fat Gum. That's Fat Gum. I'm like, why is he hiding his face? No, it's Fat Gum. Okay, so more pros. Good. It's a bunch of flashes of stuff. So this is interesting. Monoma and Shinso, and it looks like they're working underground, which this is such a good thing. And I said in the Class A versus Class B arc that these two would be a great team up duo. Like if they want to work undercover from the shadows, they take things. Both of them have quirks that take. Monoma can take their quirks, while Shinso can just take their minds, basically. And honestly, I cannot wait to see what they do. My gosh, look at Shinso's hero costume. He looks awesome. I'm so proud of my boy. And I really hope that Monoma gets serious in this arc, because he's formidable. When he's serious, he knows what he's doing. So this is cool. All right, there's Hawks just looking hurt, but also looking just like he's ready, you know? Gotta love that. Edge Shot. I love it. We're seeing more of Edge Shot. There's Genus. I don't know who this is. It looks like somebody who's tied down, watching the window, and seeing as how we're seeing heroes in the light. I wonder who this is. I don't know who this is. Who sits on a chair? Okay, that was Invisible Girl. That was Invisible Girl. Yeah, okay, see? Here she is. Those are Invisible Girl's gloves, and that's her looking visible. Okay, okay. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm excited, but this is what this might allude to is something that I was spoiled on in passing. So I don't know if this is a big spoiler or not. I'm not going to say anything because I might potentially say something that might be a spoiler. I'm not sure. This is one of the things that I'm not sure about, but I am very, very, very excited because it's like, if she's actually becoming visible, that's like a quirk upgrade, right? Like, it's not just like the main characters like Bakugo and Deku and Ida that are getting these awesome, amazing quirk upgrades. Side characters. This is great. Okay, Edshot with his group of heteromorphs, and Skeptic, who's being like, follow Spinner, he is your new Stain. He has memorized all of Stain's ideologies as fact. Follow him. I want Spinner to step up and be his own man, you know? Or Gecko or whatever. This plays into what I saw in the trailer. Kurogiri's black fog was in the trailer. It was huge, big, huge hole. We've got Aizawa, we've got Present Mike, and we've got Kurogiri, but his eyes have been shut off, which is what happened when Shirakumo fronted. Meaning we might see more of Shirakumo. Poor dead corpse boy. The thing is, I'm so afraid that if they actually manage to fix Kurogiri, two things will happen. One, it will be Shirakumo's mind inside of Kurogiri, which is great. Or, because Shirakumo's remains were used to make Kurogiri, he's just gonna die, which would also be horrifying and terrible. Cool new Nomus, very big, kind of ridiculous looking Nomus. Mirako with like the coolest new hand ever. I'm reminded of Strength from Black Rock Shooter. Also coolest like clawed foot there. She does not look defeated. She doesn't have any regrets. She never did. Go Mirako, or like Rabbit Queen. Yeah, Shigaraki and All for One merging with the hands. But Tenko's still in there. That's the best part about this, is that Tenko's still in there. This was cool, like the way that it just transitions to blood. She's gonna do something, and Uraraka's gonna be a part of it, I think. The weird part about that, I just noticed, is that like Toga loves blood, so there's like blood all around her. I was like, why is Uraraka surrounded by leaves? And then I remember, well, she has feelings for Midoriya. Green is literally in his name. And then we've got, this, like, look at this. Like, look at his room. Like, there are little pictures of, like, butterflies and stars and stuff, and Dabi's, like, it's all destroyed here, and in the mirror, it's just Toya like this, and the room is fine, and that's sad. And he does not look happy, either. Somebody told me that white was the color of mourning for Japan. I don't want to start feeling sorry for Dabi, because in my mind, I have fully separated Toya from Dabi. Dabi is an obsession given life and form. Toya is a dead kid, and it's very sad, but Dabi needs to go. The only way I could possibly see, like, Dabi getting a redemption arc or getting anything good happen to him is if they brought Eri in. And she just reversed all of, like, the stuff. She just reversed everything and gave Dabi a new life. But we know that that's not going to happen, so. Oh! Bakugo on top of a mountain of hands! What is Bakugo gonna do against Shigaraki? And what is this thing? Like, it's wrapped around his mouth, so he's got a mask on with something in the back. I'm gonna guess it's some sort of quirk-enhancing, like, support. It looks like he's being muzzled. Not for comedic effect this time. I like this new, like soft, kind of sure Bakugo. So I love that when we see Deku, like, running in like this, he's not running alongside Uraraka and Shoto or Ida and Bakugo. He's running alongside Jiro and Kaminari. Two, again, like, all of Class 1A are protagonists at this point, but Jiro and Kaminari are side players. They are heads of the B plot, and then we've got, you idiot, Kuroshima. Okay, so we got Kirishima and, like, Sato. Like, they focus on Sato for a good few seconds of this run. I love that. I love that they are all there. Every single one of them gets a mention. Tokoyami, Sue, Sero, Koda, and maybe it was in the ending. All of those moments where, like, the kids, you see the kids, and then the grown-up versions walk up to them. Shoji was mentioned. I remember Horikoshi saying somewhere that, like, he wanted to tell Shoji's story, but he never had the chance to. And the thing is like, I have characters in MHA that I've always been interested in, but I don't know enough about them to, like, think of them as my favorite characters, that sort of thing. Shoji is one of those characters. I have always been massively interested in what Shoji's story is, what his backstory is, where he comes from. Because I mean, he's not the only heteromorph in class. There's Kota, but Kota got his story. I want to know about Shoji. I want to know why he wears the mask all the time. I want to know about his like minimalist room. I want to know more about him. And I think he's so cool. I think his quirk is so cool. Like, it's such a cool idea. We've learned about the backstory of almost everyone in Class 1A. Like, I'm trying to think, which ones have we not touched on? I guess we haven't touched on Kaminari, like, as a kid. I don't think we've seen Kaminari as a kid. We haven't seen Invisible Girl as a kid. We might. Did we touch on Aoyama? I mean, I know that Aoyama had a segment, but I don't think we learned anything, like, about his childhood or anything. It's Shoji. I want to learn so much about Shoji. And Sota, like, Kota, my gosh, right? Oh no, I need to look up his name. What is Sugar Rush's name in MHA? Sato. I'm sorry. I want to know about Sato. I want to know about Ojiro. All of these other characters, I want to learn more about them, and I feel like we're going to. I feel like everybody's going to get a backstory. Everybody's going to get a say. But I'm mostly excited about Shoji. Because he's such a cool design, and they never once touch on him. Like, the moment he gets to shine is in the forest against Tokoyami. I feel like the characters that are going to come to a resolution in this arc, characters that are going to be put in the forefront, are the ones that were mentioned specifically in that ending. Because then it showed the villains, and it showed Toga as a kid, and it showed Spinner, like, before he became who he is. I feel like those characters might not reach a resolution. Like, they'll be touched on, but this is why the villains are villains, you know? They haven't really moved on from their trauma. They've become engulfed by it. And and the heroes have all had trauma and have accepted it. Although I don't know if Dabi has accepted it. I honestly feel like Toya kind of just bowed his head and walked away in this overwhelming obsession that just happened to have a head, arms, and legs was given form. That's why I'm gonna keep calling him Dabi, because Toya's dead. But yeah, that's it. This was a really good start. I am so anxious to see what happens when Star and Stripes starts directing missiles towards Shigaraki. Tell me your theories. Tell me your analyses. Tell me everything. Please like and subscribe. You don't have to, but I am trying to make this a source of income for me. It turns out it's a lot harder than I thought. I might actually get a Patreon. I'm thinking about it, where you can just watch uncut reactions and edits that I make, and just analysis videos, because I'm gonna start doing more. So keep your eyes peeled. And so yeah, just thank you so much for staying. Have a nice day. Plus ultra.